Okay, we're back at it again. So, because 35s don't clear too well with these 2.5s, what we're going to do is we're going to be pulling its 2.5s out. We're going to be putting 3.5s in here. I don't have the 3.5s yet, but I do have the control arms, because when you go past, you know, 2 inches ish, 2.5s really pushing it, these aren't going to work anymore, because at that point your axle's getting pulled back. Because it's shifting down and it's pulling back. It's probably part of my rubbing issue as well. It might actually clear it up putting in the new control arms. It's going to get the angles back to where they need to be, because it's going to sweep back out. My steering angles are going to be better. So you need new control arms when you're going, you know, at least three inches and beyond. You can't just use the stock ones. It's not going to work, or at least not properly. It'll work technically, but you're going to be wearing things down and it's not proper. We're also going to be replacing these because these old bushings were bad. This is just a temporary bushing I have in here. These need to be replaced. I should really have a drop on this. I don't. That's just what it is. So what we're replacing with is, this is what I got. This is the direction I decided to go. APOC Industries. And this kit here is a 3.5 to 5 inch kit. Let me turn off my light so it doesn't cause this reflection. This is a 3.5 to 5 inch kit for A-arms. I wanted solid. These are about 360 bucks, I think, for this set. It's 425 or 450, don't quote me on that, for an adjustable set. Now an adjustable set will go, what was it, 2 inches to 6 inches or 1 inch to 6 inch lift type of thing. I don't want the adjustment. I'm not going to try and, I don't have the tools or anything to figure out, you know, where to adjust it to be perfect. I just want it set it and forget it. And I know I'm not going to go past 3.5 to 5 inches, which is what these are designed for. So this is what I got, not sponsored by them or anything, but I just want to show you what I'm using, because this is what I'm doing. Also got these new sway bar links from eBay, yeah, eBay, for 30 bucks. Great replacement, because I was looking just for the bushings, and then I was like, man, I can replace the whole thing for 30 bucks. Why wouldn't I do that? So that's what I'm going to be doing. One downside I do see to these is there is no grease fitting here, so you apparently you kind of get what you get. Just throwing that out there. I just noticed that, actually, because I didn't see a Zerk fitting in here. I just saw the cotter pin. Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. I'll be putting these in, and then I'll make a follow-up to this video once these are in and let you know. Talk to you soon. Okay, we just got the 3.5 inch spacers instead of the 2.5, which we have in there now. These have the shorter shock tower, so again, you can use, even though this is a 3.5 inch lift, basically, you can still use stock style shocks. You don't have to go buy new ones, because they just shorten the tower here for you. We'll put these on. If this isn't to my liking, maybe what we'll do is we'll just do 4-inch soft dried springs and get rid of the whole tower. But we're going to give this a shot, and we'll be back in just a flash. I just wanted to update, show that we got these. We're going to put them in. Okay, I guess I'm going to splice in an update here. So, in coming in and putting everything in, you can see we've got the A-arms in. Sorry, not the A-arms, the control arms. We've got the new 3.5 inch spacer here. But in doing this, you know, coming in, I did get new sway bar ends. These are really inexpensive. They're like 25 bucks. I'm working on putting in the drop bracket. This is just an eBay drop bracket for the why am I the track bar? Sorry. And yeah, I'm actually going to weld this in. Maybe you can see it here. I'm going to put some light on it here. You can see it better that way. That's how it goes in. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I would probably do a Thurin or something else if I didn't care about money. But it's tough when it's only 4 inches of lift. Or I would just get an adjustable track bar. But we're going to give this a go. I'm actually going to weld it in here. You can see Sorry about the lighting. I've got it kind of cleaned up so I can spot weld that thing. Anyway, so in doing all of this, as per usual with whatever happens with projects, you just go a little bit deeper than you thought. So we had, you know, the old, I guess let's get some backlight on here. We had the old shock, the steering stabilizer here, and it is completely shot. Of course, it's probably stock, which is crazy. And then, of course, coming in, we had problems. You can see we have the steering gearbox removed. Sorry if this isn't coming through. I don't have the greatest light in here. And since we dropped everything, I figured why not just, you know, replace the bushings. These probably OEM. I'm sure they're mashed in there. So let's go ahead and replace. And then, of course, this link, the cross link here, was kind of slightly loose, and I figured while I'm in here pulling everything out, might as well replace that as well. So let me go on and move on to the next yay moment. So we pulled the steering gearbox, and why I had to pull the steering gearbox, it wasn't leaking or anything. It did have, let me turn this stupid light off here. It did have a little bit of play right up in here. You know, you grab this while it's on the truck and you could just slightly move it back and forth, just the smallest bit. And these are notorious. I don't think this is the original. I think this is aftermarket. These are notorious for being a little bit sloppy. But I couldn't get the frickin' pitman arm off. And in lifting it 4 inches, what was happening was, I don't know if I'll be able to show you here without the light. Let's try it anyway. What was happening is when the steering components were in and lifted, when this came up and was in the right position, this knuckle right here was hitting right here because we're lifted 4 inches. So what I needed to do is get the steering components back down, and what you do there is you put in a drop pitman arm, which is normal. And I had ordered a drop pitman arm, and I haven't done one of these on a Dodge in forever. And of course I got it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm just, you know, in my head, without truly thinking, I'm thinking, look, it's the same as the stock. Why would I need to put this on? This is ridiculous. I blew $105 for no reason. And I got to thinking, because we need to get this down, obviously. I'm like, well, am I gonna have to do crossover steering? That gets expensive real quick. It's nicer, obviously. It's the best. It's the best way to go. But I was like, what am I missing here? Clearly, this is a 4-inch drop. What am I missing? And then I realized, after looking, I was like, oh, you dummy. So stock steering is mounted at the top here. So the bevel starts big here, and, you know, gets small here. On the flip around, the bevel's down here, gets small at the top. So what you do is you flip your steering, and technically it's down here, but you need this to do it. And that buys you quite a bit, gets it down into the right angles. And I finally realized that, luckily, and realized I didn't blow my money. So I did need this. But in trying to get it off of the steering gearbox, this thing would not come off. I mean, I had pickle forks on here. I was hitting it with mauls. I had anti-seize in here, just spraying it. I heated it up with a torch. Normally when you get all of those things done, you can get it off. The only thing I guess I didn't do was I didn't put my bearing puller on here, which is I'm going to do now. But I'd beaten this around so much, at some point I was just like, you know what? I knew that this was older. I knew it had a little bit of slop, and if this was rusted in, who knows what damage I might have done to this. So I'm going to put a bearing puller on here now, and then I'm going to tap it off on the top with a maul. But after I have the pressure of the bearing puller on here, and just to get this off, because I'm going to return this as a core, we'll keep that. So, of course, you know, you got to get a new one. And I decided to go ahead and get the redhead. I put this on all my past trucks. I've got this on the square body. I've got a redhead on the Tahoe project, and I've been impressed with them. They're a They're good. They're right out of Washington. So literally this got to me in 24 hours because I live in Oregon. So super fast shipping. I already got it open. This one was not inexpensive. The Dodge steering gearboxes are, you know, it's like $500. But I mean, 1 year warranty. This thing's going to be a champ. And I see the reviews, and everybody's saying that it did take that final slop out of the steering, which obviously these Dodges are notorious for. And then, of course, in the process, we've got the new steering stabilizer. This is a KYB unit, I believe, off of Amazon. I'll link that there. I wasn't going to do anything crazy. It's a 4-inch lift. We're not doing anything nuts here. And then, of course, I just went ahead and got new sway bar bushings and brackets. These are Dorman. So, and these were like 20 bucks or something. They were very inexpensive. And then, of course, this was like 105. I'll have links to all of it. But that's where we're at. So this got way more expensive than I expected. But, you know, when you're in there, you want to do it right. You want to do it right the first time. This is kind of an update here. I don't know if I'm just going to splice all these videos together or just make their own videos. Either way, we're putting in the redhead gearbox. This will go back as a core. I mean, that's like a $300 core, I think is what I got charged. So you don't mess this thing up. Make sure you keep it. Don't throw it away. And I think this one was like $550, $575, something like that. So not the cheapest. Like the last one I did for, was it the Tahoe or the K20, was like $3 something. So that's the difference. But I know their stuff is good. I know they warranty it and they stand by it and they're really good. So, and then we're gonna have to flush the system because when I pulled this sucker out, I mean the fluid was like chocolate milk. Well, not quite chocolate milk because I mean water is in it, but it was just a dark brown. Like it'd never been changed ever in the history of the 200 and some odd thousand miles this truck has. So this will give us the opportunity to flush all the fluid as well out of the truck because it needs to be. It was horrible. And I don't want that garbage fluid running through this new unit. That would be bad. But that's it. I'll have, you know, just links down below so everybody can see what I'm using if you want to look it up. If anybody even watches these things. Wanted to update you there. And then when I have everything back on the truck, I'll update the video later. Okay, let's see if we can get some light on this without blowing it out. That's probably better. We got the control arms in. Yay! We also have the new sway arm extenders and bushings. So you can see that. The lighting in here is terrible. We also added the, let's get this out of the way, the track bar extension, and I've actually welded it in here. I welded it back here, and then I welded it up here, and then I welded it on this other side as well. That's really going to give it the strength it needs. So this is a 3.5 inch drop. You can see it just drops where the old position is down here, and it just drops it down below, which is good. We have the new redhead steering box in. We've got the 4-inch drop pitman arm, which flips the whatever steering arm to the bottom instead of on the top. As you can see, that puts quite the angle on the steering stabilizer here. It's pitched to the side quite a bit and down. I don't know if that's going to last too long like that. It's putting a lot of strain on the bushing, but we'll see. And that is a new steering stabilizer as well. You can see I have the sway bar zip tied up just for now because I don't have my drop brackets. They're in the mail. They haven't gotten here yet. There's 4-inch drop brackets here that we're going to be putting in to mount this back up properly. That's why it's just zip tied in until we get those. So that's good to go. And then what else? We just kind of painted everything, cleaned it up, and yeah, I mean, it was a lot of work. So, and then when you're doing this, you have to, let me get down here. I got a new drag link here, just from Napa Auto Parts, because you have to flip this around, because obviously it's got to go up instead of down. And so when you do that, the taper on the drag link is backwards. So when you get a new shock, when I ordered this specific steering stabilizer, I should say, I think this is a KYB, it comes with a bolt specifically with a little taper piece that slides in on the back so that you can still do this, even though it's backwards, because they just know that that's what's going to happen. So otherwise the taper is this way and it won't work. Or sorry, it's this way and it won't work. Yeah, and that's it. Just painted everything, cleaned it all up. Yep, just waiting for the drop brackets and we're good to go. So I'll test this all out, see if it still rubs. Oh, and obviously, I guess I didn't point out, we do have the 3.5, let's get this out of the way, the 3.5 drop in here as well, instead of the 2.5. So I'll let you know how that is. You can see the tower on the top is shorter, so you can still use your stock shock length, which is so nice, because I didn't want to buy another new shock, which I already did. And yeah, that's it. We'll test it out, we'll put it on the road, and then we'll let you see how it looks and see if it still rubs with 35s. So now we have 3.5 inches in the front. Talk to you again soon. All right, now for the final update on the 3.5 inch lift. Let's get into it. Obviously you can see, maybe you can see it better from standing sideways here, it's finally level. So from my rig specifically, 3.5 leveled it. Maybe my springs are, you know, kind of worn or just, you know, sagging, whatever. You can see we have the APOC Industries control arms. You definitely have to have that with 3.5. Like I said before, 2.5 you can get away without them, but I'd recommend them anyway. These are the 3.5 to 5 inch control arms. They're just set. I didn't want to deal with adjusting anything because I really have no way to professionally do it. It's just going to be better that way. And we have obviously the welded drop track bar. We have the sway bar extensions. We have the sway bar drops in now. We have the new sway bar bushings. We have the new 4-inch drop pitman arm, the new steering stabilizer, and yeah, it drives so much better, and now it clears. So now, because these control arms push everything back forward rather than pulling them back, now with the 35s we clear the corners here. It slightly, just slightly, you can see you could probably trim up here, but mainly, you know, you could probably trim that off. That's just the only place I've seen it rub, but that was because I was on, you know, pushing the tire up on an incline. Just standing still, it turns and clears both ways with 35s. Mind you, these aren't brand new 35s, so brand new 35s, you're probably gonna rub just a touch. And these are 12 wides. If you're on 10 wides, you're good to go. 12 wides, you're gonna need to do just a touch of trimming with 3.5. So that's my update there. 3.5 is definitely where I would go personally. If you're 35s, 33s, you're gonna be good with the 2.5. But like I said on mine, I had to get it even in the wheel wells, I had to do 3.5. So that's the final update there. It drives great. No complaints, and it clears, so super stoked there. And you can see the clearance, so you could do a before and after if you go back to one of my old videos. Unfortunately we started off with a 2.5, so, but we ended up with a 3.5, and it's fantastic. And one more thing, you know, with the 3.5, this upper tower is even shorter than the 2.5, so again, you can still use your stock shocks. No issues, no worries there. So that's it. See you on the next one.